There's a mother on TikTok that came to make a video and she was like, what is it with child-free by choice people that rant about their life being happy without kids? She came on TikTok to talk about it and she took down the video. I couldn't get the full video, but let me just show you a few clips of the video.
What is with this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children?
Someone like this, mothers like this are the reason why child-free by choice people are not going to stop putting how happy they are on the internet, how happy your life will be if you don't have a child, how enjoyable your life is without a child. This is one of the reasons why they will not stop posting. This is one of the reasons why child-free by choice people will never stop posting videos like that. Let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section. If you're a child-free by choice person and you're watching this video, what do you have to say to this mama? Okay, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section. Hey beautiful people, my name is Maria Davis and I'm back again with another interesting video. I have interesting stitches to share with you also. Sit down, relax and continue watching.
Ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children.
Hey Vancouver mama. Vancouver, not mama by choice here. Firstly, I want to start off by saying that we're not trying to convince people we're happy. We are actually happy. So can we just knock off that judgment for a second? Thanks. Secondly, this trend started because child-free by choice women are tired of having to justify to the world that it is possible to be happy without children. And you might laugh and think that's stupid, but I'd argue that since you are a parent, you probably won't fully understand what we go through. Now, I am fortunate enough that my immediate family and my partner does not put pressure on me to have kids, which is honestly great for me as a woman in my 30s who is focused on my career. In fact, I've done a lot of soul searching on this topic, and not only am I happy now, I know that if I never have kids, I will still be happy. Now, even though I am confident in that choice, it has not stopped society from criticizing, judging, and pressuring me into changing my thoughts on this. And honestly, it is exhausting how frequently it happens. Friends, extended family, colleagues, and even complete strangers have felt entitled to give their opinion and their judgment on my choice to be in my 30s and not have children. And even when we say, oh no, well, I don't want kids for X reason, people feel entitled to shoot back and argue against us. And I actually want to point out that the group that is the absolute worst for this is mothers. I have literally been in a room full of women who all have kids, and they have just been sharing horror stories and venting about their kids. And that's fine, cool, everyone needs to vent, everyone needs a community. However, they've just gone on for an extended period of time about how painful and how difficult it is to be a mother, and then in the next breath found a way to criticize me for not being one. It's really hard for parents to understand this because you have done what society expects you to do. People like me are breaking the norm, and a lot of people feel uncomfortable with that even in 2022. So what comes across as ranting to you is just a group of women trying to show the world that you can be happy and fulfilled without having kids, and it's okay to break the societal norm. Everyone is free to make the choice that is right for them because it's a choice, not an expectation.
Okay, you can go to this lady's profile and watch her video if you want. I don't know how to do this. This is the best I can come up with. Basically, she is asking in her video, what is with this trend, her word, of child-free by choice women ranting, again her word, about how much we love our lives. And the answer is, it is literally because of people like her. On the one hand, there are people who are never ever going to believe that child-free people are completely happy in our lives, and I waste precisely zero effort in trying to convince them. If for nothing else, then why would I care what some random lady in Vancouver thinks of my life? But I do talk about it a lot, and that's because it wasn't that easy a decision for me. I spent a lot of my 20s and 30s really, really agonizing about it. And I look back now and realize that is in a large part because deep down, I always knew that it wasn't for me, but I had bought into what is frankly little more than propaganda about the fact that it is the only way to be happy and the only thing that makes life worth living. Note, I didn't say it doesn't make people happy, it doesn't make life worth living for some people, but it is not the only way to live your life. And there is nothing wrong with you if it's not for you. And so I do talk a lot about how much I enjoy my life and how much I know that I made the right decision for me so that hopefully I can save some younger women from going through what I did. There are so many ways to be happy in life. We don't need to argue about it.
What is with this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children?
So I got pregnant with and had my first child when I was 36 years old. I've always wanted children. I remember being a little girl and writing the names of my future children in notebooks, names that I thought were beautiful, for girls, for boys, for twins, you name it. I was on it as a child. But I also knew from a very young age that it would be a very long time until I had children because there were certain things about the way that I was raised regarding the parenting that I received and the environments that I was forced to live in because of poverty that I did not want to recreate with my own children. And I'm really glad that I waited. I have a child that I love with a person who I love, who is a very active, hands-on father, and I love everything about being a mother. It is just as great as I thought it would be way back when. However, motherhood is incredibly exhausting, and if you don't want to be a mother, it can be the biggest source of resentment in your life to give so much of your life, your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, your money towards another person. A lot of mothers don't say this because they're miserable, and rather than thinking about the thought processes and the decisions that led them to the place they are, or thinking about the things in their life that they can actively work on and change in order to make motherhood more enjoyable or to simply enjoy their time with their children more, they would rather sell child-free women subscriptions to the same misery. Here's the truth that most mothers are not going to tell you. Motherhood that they got and the motherhood that they signed up for are not the same. Children are some of the biggest triggers you will ever have. If there's any unhealed wounds or any unmet needs that you have, looking into the face of your child and having to confront their needs and their individual personalities is going to trigger the of you. If you're an introvert, if you're autistic, if you have ADHD or any combination of the above, taking care of a child, especially a newborn, in their formative years is going to be so incredibly emotionally and energetically draining. You will be touched out by the end of each day, and you absolutely need a break from that child in order to recharge and be at your best and highest functioning for the days to come. Last but not least, raising a child is like a marathon. And if you do not have the proper support system with your partner, with your extended family, with your circle of friends, you're going to be running that marathon at the pace of a sprint. If you think your life would be crappy with children, chances are it probably would be. You probably might not get the support that you want. And since we live in a capitalist culture, you will absolutely be getting bled dry financially with those children. So if you don't want children or you're on the fence about them, then don't rock the boat. Stay in the status quo and live your best life.
What is with this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children?
Hey, listen, I'm going to throw this out there. People that choose not to have kids are not actually trying to throw it in your face. Do you not understand that most people that can have kids get some sort of pressure to have kids, whether that's from family or looking at the, at the people around them? Not saying specifically the people or the friends that are doing it, but I don't go around living my life rubbing it in people's faces. That's kind of just the most idiotic thing. There's a ton of freedom and I'm so grateful for it. And the reason why I've chosen not to have kids is because I never wanted children. I've had pretty much zero interest in having children. And listen, lady, okay? Like, the amount of times I've had to listen to how kids poop or what they don't eat or the fits it may throw when you try to put on their clothes, I've heard it all. I'm in mid-40s. I've heard it all. And I have to show genuine interest. And that's not to insult anyone that I know that has kids. It's not it at all. It's part of their lives. But the days of saying, how are you? And getting an answer from your friend that is about them kind of starts to diminish when they have kids. So honestly, just save us the whole, I can't believe you're rubbing it in our face. Almost every outing I do when there's kids, it is about the kids. And it is the assumption that we have to be interested. Yes, have to be interested. That's just the reality of the situation. So again, I just don't think it's about one being better than the other. I think it's about the fact that when someone chooses not to have children, whether you're the person that can birth the children or not, doesn't matter. It's generally not going towards the norm. And we sort of have to express the fact that this is something that we really like, because you would not believe the amount of time someone's like, no, just wait till you have one. Like, me being certain that this decision is right for me isn't good enough. And yeah, I could grow old and I have no kids to take care of me. Or I could have kids and have no relationship with them and they might not be there for me anyway. So yeah, super happy I don't have kids. It's the best, absolutely the best decision I've made for myself. 100%.
What is with this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children?
Imagine, if you will, being trapped in a castle where every day you wake up and you go downstairs and your tormentors are waiting for you with breakfast ready. And then you have to get in the car with your tormentors. And sometimes they're really mean to you in the car on the way to school or work or whatever. And sometimes they make you cry, like before you've even woken up fully. Sometimes they physically assault you. Sometimes they just verbally assault you. Sometimes they spit right in your face. Sometimes they traumatize you in ways that you will only ever unpack literally 25 years later. You actually spend a lot of time in your cell because it's the only place where you are able to be alone and free from your jailers, who, again, live with you in this castle that you cannot leave and are in charge of your housing, your food, your transportation, everything. Your jailers include people who are your age or younger, who are your siblings, who can inflict some of the most incredibly painful memories and, again, massive trauma onto you because you're just their target. You're the one who's trapped. You're the one in the stocks. You're the one chained up in the basement. And everybody tells you, oh, when you grow up and you have a castle, you know what you should do? Take someone hostage for 18 years. Just, have some hostages. It'll be great. It'll be totally different from your experience being a hostage, of course, because you'll be on the other side of it. Now, of course, you won't be that awful to your hostages. It's very possible that you and your hostage will grow into a beautiful, amicable, even, familial relationship. And indeed, it is very, very possible that they wouldn't be hostages at all. That, in fact, that, you would get married and have children and, have a castle full of people who love each other unconditionally without causing trauma. But all you've ever known is the f***ing castle. So you get out as soon as you can, and you escape the castle, and you run far the away, and you find other castles, and you find people who aren't going to chain you up. And then you just meet folks who keep saying, but why won't you? Why won't you? Why wouldn't you put yourself back into the position where your entire life's association is pain and misery? Why wouldn't you put yourself willingly back into that situation for the rest of your life irreparably? Can't take it back, can't hit undo, you're stuck, no matter what. That's what this bullshit sounds like.
These things that...
What is with this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how crappy they think it would be with children?
Now, I typically don't make these videos. But because I rant quite a bit on Snapchat, I feel like I should bring it on to TikTok. I don't understand why individuals have it so on their chest to convince women who don't either want children now or in forever, that having a child is the only thing that could complete them. It's almost like women who have children have this, there's a complex where I don't know the actual terminology for it right now off the tip of my tongue, where it's kind of like people who are in heaven kind of have this idea that they need to know that people are in hell to actually enjoy heaven, right? Because what is heaven if you don't know that hell exists, right? Nobody that is deciding to not have children is trying to convince people that have children that they made the wrong decision. Okay? But it seems to be this like, oh, you don't have children? Well, you're just wasting your life. And what if I am? What if I fucking am? What is that going to do for you? Enjoy your kids. Live life. Do whatever the parents that do parents thing do. What are you trying to convince? Because I honestly feel like people who have to like people who go on their like TikTok or social media and say like, hey, I'm actually like enjoying the fact that I did not have kids, are saying that in response to the constant social pressure for them to have kids. They're responding to the social pressure. What the fuck are you responding to exactly? The acknowledgement that they're actually enjoying life? What are you responding to? You're talking to yourself. And I do that all the time. But it's more so like I'm thinking out loud because there's so much thoughts in here going on, speeding at the speed of light all the goddamn time. I have to actually vocalize it. But what are you doing? I'm genuinely confused. There's always this like, you need to have children in order to enjoy what? Enjoy what? Because you guys look literally sometimes miserable. And you always have this rhetoric of, oh, you're going to be so lonely. Some people have actually worked on their demons and their trauma and whatnot. So spending time with themselves isn't considered lonely. It's considered like refreshing. So what then is your argument? No one's going to take care of you when you're old? Children shouldn't be had to be caretakers in the future, because that's not even guaranteed. They be shipping y'all ass homes. I know personally, and they don't come to visit. So what is that? What exactly are you trying to do? Anyway, all I'm saying is you're talking to yourself. You're trying to convince other women or other men, because men are also discouraged from being childless as well. You're trying to convince other individuals that your decision was the right decision to have kids. And quite honestly, you need to sit down and evaluate why you made a decision to have a child. Did you just have a child because it was the social script that you decided to follow or was pressured to follow? Did you have a child because you thought, well, they're going to take care of me and keep me company when I'm an elderly individual? Because that's not guaranteed. Kids die before their parents die. Children don't always resonate with their parents and don't always feel like their parents took care of them and don't feel like they have the duty of taking care of their soul-said parent. You're grasping onto things that aren't concrete, and you're trying to convince yourself that that was a good decision. I end up editing this part out, but I just want to say, if you are an actual mom, dad, or whatever the hell you have to Rugrats, and you love generally doing that, and you are providing them, even if you are not with your partner that you have so said Rugrats with, but you're providing the environment in which to raise competent individuals in, good for you. I want you to pat yourself on the back because I said so. And I don't know why my opinion matters, but it doesn't. If it doesn't, I don't know. But yeah, if you're doing that just for the joy of it and you genuinely love doing that, kudos to you. You know, but don't feel like I'm attacking you. I'm genuinely not speaking to you at all. You know, yeah.
What is with this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children and how...
Hi, hello, I'm childless not by choice. I'm childless after 3 miscarriages. I'm childless after my tubes were destroyed from assault and my uterus was destroyed from endometriosis. But those videos you say you dislike so much from people childless by choice, I feel like those were made for people like me. People in my situation who have constantly been told the opposite, that your life will not be fulfilling unless you have children. You won't know true love or happiness until you hold your child. Just wait until you're a mom, you know, stuff like that. So I need to hear the opposite. I need to hear that I can lead a happy and fulfilling life while not having children. I need to hear this stuff because it's been really hard to have to redirect my life when I thought I would be a mom. Because I always had being a parent kind of like stuck in my brain that was what I was gonna do. I had never really thought about what might be easier to do without children, or the opportunities that might be handed to me because I'm not a parent. So those videos, I need them. I appreciate them. And thank you to those of you who are sharing them.
With this trend of childless by choice women who are ranting about how great their life is without children.
Alright, so go back and watch the entire video because it is a stitch to a video duet or whatever it is supposed to be. So the woman in the video who actually stitched the video, not the first one it is that you saw, talks about her choice to decide to not have children. And having children is a complete and utter choice. Those of us who have children do have quite a few friends who do not have. Now, the fact that women don't want to have children because there's so much to go into it, like the responsibility for someone for the next 18 years, and just suppose that that child has a disability or that child has the tendencies and traits of your narcissistic partner or your narcissist ex, you have to deal with these things painfully for the next 18 years and so forth. Not to mention that if you get divorced or separated and you have to share joint custody, not only do you have to deal with the mental and emotional trauma that that child will experience, but you still have to deal with a narcissistic ex or parent who is kind of trying to do everything opposite of what it is that you're doing just to spark a reaction out of you. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, me and my ex get along great and we co-parent great, but here's the thing. You've been abandoned. You and your children have been abandoned. And yes, it is about you because you are the mother of these children. You carried them for 10 months. They are a part of you. They are your children. They come out of you. So I am so sick and tired of hearing, oh, well, we get along great and we're co-parenting, all those things right there. Like y'all hadn't already created trauma for these children by not being together full time so they can get the full-time benefits of both parents. Not everyone wants to deal with that, and fortunately some women were smart enough to make a decision to say, no, I'm not going to deal with that. Who wants to wake up every morning and be restricted and tied down to responsibilities rather than getting up and going about their way, doing what it is that they want to do when they want to do it? Now, for a lot of people, having children may be great for them and they're just filled with so much joy, and that's them, and we have to let those people be. But at the same time, we also have to let women who say no to children and no to having children be also. And this is one of the reasons that I tell individuals without children that they should not get into conversations commenting about raising children.
If you see it, definitely you're enjoying this video. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. So now, a mother is asking, what is it, this trend we're seeing on TikTok or on the internet where children by choice are ranting how happy they're like the tone of the voice, the words of the message, you can tell that this is just a jealous mother. She is just jealous, period. You know, when you see people happy, some people, when they see people happy, they're just angry for no reason. You're just, why are they even happy? When you see your fellow human, your fellow woman happy, it hurts them. So I just feel like this is just a jealous mother. And then I want to also throw it out. What is it with all these mothers that come out and say child-free by choice people are always happy, faking their happiness? What is it with them? Why do you have to be jealous of them? Why can't you just be happy for them? Why can't you just be happy for their decision? Be happy that they chose this type of life. Be happy that they are even sharing it to people. Okay, there is this stitch that got me so emotional. She said she had miscarriage. She's childless, but not by choice. She can have children, and there are people like that, a lot of people like that. And them seeing child-free by choice videos, seeing that you can be happy, you can live your life even without child, your life is not going to be miserable without child. So the thing that society has made it look like, oh, if you don't have a child, your life has ended, is over, and all of that. Seeing those videos gives her peace of mind, makes her see that she's not alone, makes her see how happy she can be even with the situation she is. Do you know what that is? Mothers that complain, do you know what that is for a childless, not by choice people? Seeing videos like that, it makes them happy, it makes them feel relaxed, it makes them have a peace of mind. And I would say child-free by choice people should not stop posting videos like this, because I personally enjoy videos like this, and that's why I always share with you all. I love seeing videos of child-free by choice people saying how happy they are, how happy they chose their life. I love reading comments from you all, seeing all that. I love it, because before it was not like this. If you're child-free, you have to be like, I'm child-free. You can't really say it out, because people be like, you're gonna die alone, you're gonna be lonely, oh, this is the wrong choice, and all of that. People will come for you hard. But now it's now the other way around. People are coming for mothers that choose to have children even when they don't want to, and at the end of the day they become regretful parents. What is your take about this video down in the comment section? Because when I see videos of some mothers coming to talk about why child-free by choice people always post their life, and she did what she said was like they rant, meaning that they're not really happy. They just posted that they're really happy. But are you even really happy being a mother? Or you're just posting that you're happy? If it was a mother that posted how happy they have with children and all of that, nobody come for them. You have a free pass on the internet, but let a person that doesn't have a child, or doesn't want to have a child, post how happy they are. People are already shaking. Mothers are like, Some mothers, not all mothers, but some mothers are not happy about it. I know some mothers that watch my channel, they love child-free by choice posts, and some of you always comment and be like, I love watching people that are child-free by choice talk about this, talk about that. Yeah, which is beautiful. But there are some mothers that hate it. It pains them to see some women making choices like this. It pains them to their bone marrow, and that is why they always make videos and make it be like, make them feel bad. And I don't know how you want them to feel bad, because you're saying they're going to die alone, you're saying nobody's going to take care of them when they grow old. You as a mother, or you as a parent, do you really take care of your parents? Like, are you really there for them? Like, are you with them right now at your old age, at where you are you there for them now? Like, why should you even have a child? Because of you're looking for someone that will take care of you when you're old. Some people have children for a lot of selfish reasons. They don't even have a good reason for having children. Some will say, I just want to have them. I just want to have them. Because some have them because they feel like that's the norm. It's the normal thing to have children, and let us do it. But do you really want it as a person, as an individual? Do you? Some have it because of pressure from family members, from their husband, or from anybody. They just have it. But at the end of the day, they feel regretful, and they feel regretful about everything. So now, let us know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video to whoever I find it helpful, and of course I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.